Hello there, From17 once again. This is my Uncharted 2 Remastered Brutal Difficulty walkthrough. This is the 7th part of the game. It is entitled They're Coming With Us. So as you can see by my cowardly stance behind this brick wall, I'm going to be utilising everything I can against this difficulty, and I recommend that you do the same. A lot of people have been asking on these earlier videos, why didn't I start with Uncharted 1? The answer is incredibly simple, guys. I do not like Uncharted 1. I played Uncharted 1 on a demo when it first, was being announced and everything, and they were promoting it before it came out, and I thought that it controlled like shit. I thought the shooting was bad. I thought it was this really beautiful looking game, but it just controlled like fluent anus, and I didn't like it, and I never went back. However, as I explained to somebody in a comment, I am going to play it from this collection because I've always wanted to play it and, understand what's happening on the story and everything and go on the adventure. But I have literally no interest in a 2-bullet kill on a game where the mechanics work worse than this one. Like, that to me that's not fun. And for me to want to do these walkthroughs and to do these challenging difficulties, there has to be a modicum of interest on a personal level, and my personal level with games is usually the thrill of the challenge, the thrill of the struggle. And I don't like fighting the way a game plays, I like fighting the way a game is, and there's a major distinction there. And that first game was... I turned the demo off after about 5 minutes because, I was used to Gears of War. I was used to the games that were precise and made sense, and that game just didn't. And it just did nothing for me. So, the reason why I'm not doing that game is that very reason I've explained. However, that game needs a guide. It really does. Like, I only knew of one person making a walkthrough for it, and the guy quit because it was kicking his ass. So it just goes to show that that game is very, very difficult, like mercilessly difficult, and that's the kind of guide that you want. Like, that's a game I've been dying to find so that I can make something that people need and people want to watch. Because the universal truth of walkthroughs on YouTube is that they're dying, because the games are getting easier. They're getting way easier. What people want now is, people want personality, people want a show, they want this character, or a caricature in a lot of cases, and they're more interested in the person speaking than they are in what's happening on the screen, because there's no need for what's happening on the screen, because the game is really, really simple. And even when they are challenging, they're not old school fucking challenging where you literally want to die and your mum comes in your room, or your family come around and you swear at them. You don't want to, but you're so mad that you're destroying everything in your path like some crazy tornado. Like, they're not like that anymore. This difficulty is reminding me of when games did kick your ass a lot more, but even then, it's not those old school games. And I think it is a bit of a shame, but if you look on the horizon, as I look on this blurry horizon and fight with the field of view, one of the things you're going to notice is the camera really struggles with this technique, because it doesn't know what to pull focus on. Doesn't know what should be in soft focus, doesn't know what should be in hard focus. It just kind of has a real trouble with the depth of field, so it really hurts your eyes on these moments until you can get it spot on. Oh, and the turrets as well. There is a gap in the turret to shoot the dude, but because the bullets are so inaccurate when you fire them, you're not always guaranteed to get the hit. A good time to shoot is when he stops firing, because he kind of perks up and you have a window to hit him. But once again, it's almost luck if you're going to hit him, because the bullets don't go where the reticle is. But I do think it sucks that games aren't as hard as they were, and I do think it sucks that, maybe, what I would like to look at it from the perspective of, instead of saying it sucks and it's negative and it's this, let's look at it as a more positive perspective, even though this is not even true. Maybe collectively as a community of gamers we've got better. Which I don't think is true, but let's look at it like that, We're better now, so we don't need as many walkthroughs, and there's a lot of people making them. Like, I looked the other day for a walkthrough for Halo 5, because if you don't know, somehow people who, play the YouTube game and have all the PR and just have all these hookups with these companies, and it must be wonderful to be these people, because they've got Halo 5 now. They've got it 2 weeks early for free, so that they can essentially market it and publicise it on YouTube. And I was on Twitch watching these people play the game, and it was crazy because some of them had like 6 people watching them. And it makes you wonder, like, that dude must have just walked into a store and got lucky. But some of them had quite a few following. Some of them I recognised. One of them was Wiki Game Guides, which, if you've never heard of those, it used to be a channel called Next Gen Walkthroughs, which was one of the very first people to do walkthroughs I'd ever seen. Like, straight up. Nobody was doing what that person was doing back in the day. And that person originally started with text to tell people what to do. Oh, by the way, as soon as you clear this, jump on the turret and then spawn kill everybody with the turret. So much easier than any other strategy here.
We're all clear.
But it was interesting to see that guy playing another Halo because he, if you know the Beer Baron, he used to be a massive Halo guy. And I always remember his Halo 3 walkthrough because when I beat that game on Legendary, I was like, how is this dude going to do Cortana? Because it's a really ugly mission. And I watched him do it and he found a fucking cloaking device. I was like, motherfucker! I had no idea that was there. This is a really good walkthrough. So I clicked on his Twitch thing, and he was there with his girlfriend doing just the standard streamer thing. He wasn't playing on Legendary, he was straight up just playing the game, and it's just that contrast of... This is a guy who, when they originally started that website, it was hardest difficulty only. When I lost interest in that website was when they let anybody upload videos to it, and it didn't have to be on the hardest difficulty. At that moment, it lost its appeal for me, and I never followed them afterwards. So it was just super weird to see how they've come along. And then when I went to that channel to check out, you know, what they've been doing with guides and things, I saw a lot of phone game stuff, so it just goes to show that the person who was there at the beginning doing this has had to change so much and evolve his channel to keep up and stay current, that walkthroughs just aren't the goal anymore because the games aren't tricky enough. And I love making walkthroughs. It's a curse. Like, you've seen my channel. I've started making playthroughs, and I really enjoy the playthroughs, but there's nothing to them. Like, they're so easy to make. You almost feel like you're not doing anything. Like, it's no effort. Even though it does take a lot of time. You know, it does stress on your throat quite a lot because you're talking quite a lot if you do my style of commentary. And you're in a room for a long period of time getting hot and sweaty, and you might want to do other things, but, you know, you're focusing on it to try and be as professional as possible. So it's just, I don't know, I love walkthroughs, and YouTube doesn't anymore. We're almost like dinosaurs. But that was the end of the 7th mission. The next one's a little interesting foray into puzzle solving and combat, so I will see you there. Thank you very much for watching, and you take care now.